The Los Angeles Lakers seem to finally have an idea of what they're doing from a roster and coaching standpoint. JJ Redick has been impressive as a head coach and even got a contract extension after his first season. Luka Doncic is playing like an MVP candidate, and he's signed for the long haul. The franchise has come a long way since the days of Darvin Ham and Russell Westbrook. The Lakers were a sinking ship during that stretch. From Ham's perspective, he was given a bit of a raw deal with the Westbrook trade. He doesn't believe that the Lakers took the proper steps to build around Westbrook, and he doesn't think the former MVP is very versatile with how you can build around him. But in terms of Russ, man, it was a difficult situation, Ham said on the Hoop Genius podcast. "'Cause to get a player like that, you pretty much have to gut your team." And that's essentially what happened. In order to get Russ on the Lakers, they had to part ways with Alex Caruso. They had to part ways with KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Kyle Kuzma, a lot of other players they weren't able to get because the money wasn't there, because now you have 3 essentially supermax players on your roster. And now you got to go after lower-level players who, God bless, they're capable players, but to be elite to win a championship in our league, you have to be elite and have an elite group. And a lot of times the financial constrictions won't allow you to do so. Westbrook was never going to work with Lakers. While Ham isn't outright calling Westbrook out, it's clear that he didn't think the Lakers made a smart move by trading for him. Even at the time, many couldn't understand what the team was doing. Westbrook made no sense as a fit with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, which was obvious almost immediately. It didn't help that Ham was a bit in over his head as the head coach. Ham does praise Westbrook's professionalism. Westbrook doesn't seem to have positive feelings toward the Lakers franchise, but the fact of the matter is that he didn't play well. Even though things were ugly from the get-go on the Lakers, Ham thought that Westbrook showed a high level of professionalism during his stint with the team. "Russ is one of the most professional guys I've ever been around," Ham said. "He keeps himself in shape. That's why he's still playing. I think this is his 18th season at the position he plays. He stays at a very high level in terms of conditioning and constantly works on his craft. All of his teammates, wherever he's played, always have nothing but the utmost respect and love for him. As a coach, we're constantly trying to figure out how to extract the best possible results from our group. But once you walk out of that locker room, you no longer control how those individual players mesh." Seventh-year Los Angeles Lakers guard Luka Doncic has been widely predicted to reunite with Daniel Gafford, his former teammate on the Dallas Mavericks, at some point before the February 5th NBA trade deadline. ClutchPoint's Brett Siegel first reported that the Lakers will pursue Gafford to shore up their depth at the center position behind DeAndre Ayton. One of the teams with strong interest in Gafford dating back to last season is the Los Angeles Lakers, sources said. Siegel reported on November 7th. Could we see a reunion between Luka Doncic and Gafford in Los Angeles in February? Subsequently, several analysts and fans urged the Lakers to pursue Gafford, given the big man's proven chemistry with Doncic. After all, Gafford was a key piece of the Mavericks team that made it to the 2024 NBA Finals, averaging 9.0 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks through 22 postseason games a few seasons ago. Lakers could pursue Gafford. The Smoking Cuban's Noah Weber believes Mavs fans will be sent into further heartbreak if the Nico Harrison-led front office trades Gafford to the Lakers, less than a year after the infamous Luka Doncic-Anthony Davis transaction. Seeing him join Doncic once again would break Mavericks fans to the core, but this has seemed like a realistic option for months due to Gafford's dynamic with Doncic, as well as the Lakers' team needs, wrote Weber. Los Angeles has gotten great production out of DeAndre Ayton, but bringing in Gafford would be a major upgrade over Jackson Hayes. Gafford and Donicic's bond is no secret, as Gafford was interested in teaming up with Doncic on Team Slovenia, and while Gafford being traded to the Lakers may be the perfect trade for them, it would be the worst move for Mavericks fans' well-being. Mavericks not interested? The writer pointed out how Gafford, averaging 8.8 points and 4.4 rebounds this season, has become highly ineffectual in a Mavericks team lacking a true floor general. The Mavs own the NBA's 29th-ranked offense, and things are unlikely to improve until the return of Kyrie Irving, who remains sidelined with an ACL injury. On paper, it makes sense for the Mavericks to explore a Gafford trade, given their front court depth of Derek Lively II, Anthony Davis, and Dwight Powell, not to mention PJ Washington and Cooper Flagg's size advantage on the wings. However, the Mavericks reportedly may not be keen on parting with Gafford. Over the weekend, NBA insider Mark Stein poured cold water on reports of a possible reunion between Doncic and Gafford, citing Lively's knee injury. External interest in Gafford is sure to surface, league sources say, but the Mavericks to this point have not entertained the idea of trading him, Stein wrote in his Substack. How could they? With Derek Lively too, there would be center of the future, limited to just 3 games played thus far due to a knee sprain. The Lakers own only one tradable first-round pick, but have the expiring contracts of Gabe Vincent, Rui Hachimura, Jackson Hayes, and Maxi Kleber that can be used in trades. Furthermore, Jared Vanderbilt and Dalton Knecht can also be used as trade chips ahead of the February deadline. The Los Angeles Lakers are one of the top teams in the Western Conference, and their strong start may motivate the front office to become more aggressive ahead of the NBA trade deadline. The Lakers have gone 7-3 to start the season despite a run of injuries to key players. Among those who have been injured at some point through 10 games are Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, who has yet to play at all, Gabe Vincent, and Jackson Hayes, all of whom occupy an essential part of the rotation. At different points, Reeves and Doncic have taken on individual efforts that have powered the Lakers to wins, all while the team has not been at full strength. With Doncic healthy once again, Reeves supposedly getting close to returning from a groin injury, and LeBron James nearing his debut this season, the Lakers could be on the verge of a serious push during the first half of the season. Reeves and Doncic are playing some of their best basketball, while James has been given an extended amount of rest. If they continue to win, the Lakers could end up exploring the trade market for reinforcements. According to Clutch Point's Brett Siegel, there is a name they are monitoring. One quick, small bit of intel revolves around the Dallas Mavericks' slow start leading to teams wondering if they make roster changes before the trade deadline, Siegel wrote on X. Several teams continue to monitor Daniel Gafford, including the Los Angeles Lakers, sources told at Clutch Points. The Lakers were heavily linked to Gafford over the offseason due to their need for a center. Gafford ended up signing a contract extension, and then the Lakers signed DeAndre Ayton following his buyout. While Ayton has started to settle in, Gafford would give an upgrade over Hayes, the current backup center, while potentially covering the team in case the former Phoenix Suns big man goes through a poor run of games. Los Angeles has the salary to afford a trade for Gafford, though it comes down to how much they are willing to part with for a co-starting center. Something to keep in mind is that Luka Doncic thrived when playing alongside Gafford in Dallas, and his voice could potentially increase the Lakers' desire to finalize a deal.